Alright, time for another wrestling DVD review. Now, when you think of wrestlers in the 90s, you think of Bret Hart, you think of Shawn Michaels, maybe The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, but there's one guy that I feel that should be part of that league, that elite league that dominated the 90s, and that is Sting. So I was very excited to get this DVD, The Best of Sting. This came out a couple days ago. Definitely was looking forward to this DVD. I've always been a huge Sting fan. My top wrestlers of all time, Bret Hart, Undertaker, and Sting, they've always been my top three. And I mean, I loved Sting in the WCW. I followed him to TNA. Always wish that we saw Sting in WWE. That's one of the things I wish, I always wanted to see. I know we're close to it. I know that he's in the process. He signed sort of merchandising deal or something. But I definitely would love to see him in a WWE ring, in a WWE feud, or something, storyline. I think maybe WrestleMania 31 he might make an appearance, but I really think that there is more that he can offer WWE. I just wish that he had one big storyline leading up to a big match, and I just don't want it to be just a one-off. He comes down, makes a small appearance, just some big feud. I think he has one or two matches left in him, and I would love to see him in the biggest pay-per-view, WrestleMania, just to have that experience. And you talk about, he did have some good matches in TNA, but I always wanted to see him in WWE, and this is the thing I always wanted to see in WWE. Think of the feuds he could have had with Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker. That would have been awesome. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, but, who knows? But I'm looking forward to WrestleMania 31. Now with this DVD, if you look at the back cover, you see they made a mistake here. This is actually a picture of the NWO Sting, the fake Sting that came out in the late 90s with the NWO. So I guess they might change this, I guess, when they make future copies of this DVD. Let's open this up. So you get to see this is a 3-disc set. So you get the look at this. You get the the blonde Sting, the Crow Sting, and the Wolfpack Sting, which is awesome. So let's get to the matches. I'm not going to go over every match, but you're going to get early Sting, from the Blade Runners. That's going all the way back to 1986. You get really early Sting, Sting and Rick Steiner versus Mike Rotunda and Ron Simmons. That was in 1987. So that's pretty old. You get to see how they went. I guess Ron Simmons was probably starting out too. He looked very young. Rick Steiner didn't have the things on his, that was pretty weird. All right, and then you're gonna get Sting vs. Ric Flair, a rare match I've never seen before, from January 2nd, 1988. So this is you're gonna get a lot of Sting Ric Flair matches on here. That's just, that feud was, what set WCW. So you're gonna definitely get, of course, if you're gonna come out with a Sting DVD. You're going to have the Great American Bash 1990 Sting vs. Ric Flair match on there when you won the title for the first time. That match, again, was on Great American Bash DVD that came out a couple months ago, so it's going to be on this DVD. I think that if you think of the top 10 matches of Sting, you're going to have to include that, because that really was, winning the first time he won the title and, and the feud with Ric Flair. Then they talk about, now you want to know, this is not a documentary, there's no documentary on this DVD. So you're not going to have Sting. It's not like how the Ultimate Warrior DVD was, where you have the Ultimate Warrior now talking about his career, and then you have a match. What this is like, there's a short kind of documentary talking about his career, then you go to a match, then there's a short little video package, and then you go to a match. You have Hulk Hogan talking about him, Billy Kidman, who else? Tony Schiavone is actually on the DVD. You don't have Sting now, as he is now, talking about his career. You do have footage of him in 1995 talking about his career, and some old footage of Sting, but nothing current of him now talking about his career. So maybe, hopefully, in the future, they will come up with a full documentary about his career. But basically, what this is just matches. There's no bonus features. Unless you get, I guess, if you get the Blu-ray, there might be bonus features, but for this one, it's just matches and little documentaries, little video packages before the matches. So you're gonna get a match from Japan. You're gonna get Sting and Great Muta versus the Steiner brothers. You're gonna get Sting versus Vader, This is from WCW Worldwide. This is gonna, if you're a WCW fan back in the day, this is gonna bring back a lot of memories from their shows like Worldwide, WCW Pro, WCW Saturday Night. I used to love watching that. It used to be at 6:05 on TBS. It was one of my favorite wrestling shows back in the day. It was a 2-hour show. You got Sting vs. Barry Windham, Sting vs. Stunning Steve Austin, which is, that was a good one. You get another Sting vs. Ric Flair match. There's a lot of Sting vs. Ric Flair matches on here. This is from Nitro 1995. And then you get Sting and Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Nasty Boys from WCW Saturday Night from 1996. That's pretty cool. And then the third disc is pretty much Sting as the Crow. We have, then again, one of the Sting's top matches is going to have to put on any Sting DVD. Sting versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan from Starrcade '97. That is a must. That's like one. That I would just love the build to that match. I mean, as a wrestling fan in the '90s, I mean that was like a 1.5-year build to this match. Unfortunately, I mean the match wasn't as good as the build-up was, but I just remember being really excited to see that match. So you get, again, you get Sting versus Kevin Nash, Sting and Lex Luger versus Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. A lot of things from Nitro. You even get things from Thunder. Remember that show? Oh, that was a horrible show. But you have Sting versus Scott Steiner from 1998. We got Sting and the Warrior versus Bret the Hitman Hart and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. So you get some Ultimate Warrior in that. Sting versus Bret Hart from Nitro. And you get you get Sting versus Jeff Jarrett, 2 out of 3 falls from Thunder 2000. And then the last match on here, you're gonna get Sting versus Ric Flair from the last Nitro. So it's definitely packed with a lot of matches. There are some matches that were left out, but I think they were left out because I'm sure that they're going to be coming out with another DVD of Sting. But this is awesome. It's definitely, if you were a fan of Sting, or if you're a fan of WCW, early 90s wrestling, definitely would pick this up. And definitely, it's worth checking out. And thank you.